Shit. What were you going to say? What were you going to say, Timeout Corner?
What? Yeah, what are you going to say?
Don't start no chat. Won't be no chat. This is Timeout Corner, and you are in the corner. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see the title of the video. Now, Timeout Corner ain't going to play around this time, all right? Timeout Corner is ready to set the record straight. All right, people, look. This is the last series, or the last episode in the L of the Street Fighter L extensions. Now, of course, my last video I talked about companies that or why I like certain companies, why I love certain companies, or why I appreciate certain companies when they don't try to screw me over. Pretty much is what it's all about. Now, this one right here is the last extension of Street Fighter L, and I will be talking about hypocrisy in gaming and hypocrites within gaming, and why Timeout Corner thinks most people are incorrect when it comes to calling out people and when they say certain people are hypocrites, because Timeout Corner thinks that people don't know what the heck they talk about. So Timeout Corner is here to put people in the in their place. No, I'm just playing. But let me get a sip of this real quick before I get started any further. So now, yeah, so pretty much this whole video is pretty much going to be based off of memory of Battlestar Galactica. Don't start no chat, won't be no chat. All right, go check that TV show. It's a good one. I like that TV show, and the movies are good too. But no, anyways, don't start no chat, won't be no chat. That's what this is based off of. This whole hypocrisy stuff. Now, with that being said, before I go any further, there will be some butthurt feelings going on. No, I'm just playing. But get your huggies, get your diapers, get your huggies, strap them on tight, make sure ain't nothing loose. We don't want no doo-doo falling out your booty. All right? So, what I mean by this video is, I do not believe when people call Nintendo fans hypocrites. In most cases, Nintendo fans are not being the hypocrites. All right? In most cases, Nintendo fans are just getting that sweet, sweet revenge. You see, in most cases, Nintendo fans are merely just sitting on the beach in the shade, sipping that lemonade, watching you crazy fans run around in circles, trying to figure out your next excuse. You see, this is why I believe in most cases, and I'll give you examples of why I believe this to be the case very soon, very shortly. But stick with me for a second, see, because Timeout Corner knows you guys know the term hypocrisy. Y'all know what it means, but y'all don't know how to use it. So Timeout Corner is here to teach y'all today a lesson. Maybe I'm just out of my mind, and they can't put me in the L corner if I so need to be there. Maybe I'm trying to do my best impression of Cat Williams and just stay in the L corner this year, you know, taking them L's all year long. Hey, anyways, all right. So again, get your huggies, strap them on tight. Now I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there. Disclaimer: everybody has hypocrites. You know, there's hypocrisy all over the world. You got hypocrisy in politics, hypocrites in your life, at schools, your principals, you know, your parents, especially the parents, sports, every facet of life. There's hypocrites everywhere. But for gaming, we're talking about gaming, so we're gonna keep it gaming. All right, let's keep it gaming, people. But anyways, disclaimer: there's Nintendo fans, crazy Nintendo fans. There's crazy Sony fans. There's crazy Microsoft fans. There's crazy PC fans. There's crazy fans who follow certain YouTubers. There's crazy people who follow, you know, certain websites, you know, all this stuff, but the crazy ones. But since Sony fans are the craziest, I'm going to be picking on them the most. I'm going to reference, when I say Sony, and I'm only going to say this once for this whole video, so don't forget it. I'm only going to say Sony's name throughout this whole video. But when I say Sony, I'm talking about everybody who are the crazy ones. All right, everybody's included in there. I'm only picking on Sony fans because, once again, Sony fans are the craziest, and they're the ones I see do this the most. Actually, they take it to the extreme. They go crazy. They're the ones who are really out of their mind. Sony fans take stuff personal. They take it to heart. They take it to heart. They take it to heart. You know, they make it seem like, I don't know what it is. They go psychotic. You could be telling the truth. It doesn't matter to them. They go crazy. They see facts in their face. You throw it at them. Numbers from the company's pages, and they just spin it around like it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's crazy. It's weird. But Sony fans, they take it to heart. It's just gaming, people. In the end, it's just gaming. We're here to have fun. But without further ado, let's get into this. Now, the reason why I say when people call Nintendo fans hypocrites, in most cases, I don't think that they're correct. I think that they're incorrect. I think they're false. Nintendo fans are really just getting that sweet revenge again. And this is based off of, again, if not starting no chat, won't be no chat. And y'all see why I say that in a second. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to give a few examples of what I mean. And hopefully, you know, after the few examples I do give, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 examples, you guys can, because there's plenty of other examples. This is only, I only want to give a few because I don't want to make this video too long. So I'm going to give these few examples, and y'all could take it from there, you know, take it from there. I'm pretty sure y'all come up with examples on your own. And maybe I had some scenarios, maybe I've been in some conversations I never had to where, you know, or seen some to where people were being stupid and being, you know, using these same type of scenarios. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So the reason why I say most Nintendo fans aren't being hypocrites when people say they are is because, again, Nintendo fans usually are just getting that sweet revenge. So remember when, let's jump right into it now. It's just time to get started, time to get busy. Remember when Nintendo fans were making fun of Sony fans for a certain remaster, and actually for the rest of the remasters. Remember when Nintendo fans were mocking and making fun of, pretty much getting that sweet revenge on Sony fans for remasters, for a certain remaster especially, but for remasters in general. And what did Sony fans do? Come on, people. What did they do? Come on now. Come on. Answer the question, people. All right, pause for a second. Pause. We're going to do this like Blues Clues, all right? All right? L Clues, all right? We're going to call this L's Clues, all right? So, when I ask a question, I'm going to pause, and I expect a reply. All right? Yeah? L's Clues. L's Clues. Yeah? All right, cool. So, all right, so let's get back into it, all right? So, when Nintendo fans call Sony fans, call them out and started laughing at, you know, making fun of them and, you know, mocking them because they have remasters, what did Sony fans do in return? That's right, people. That is correct. And Sony fans turned right around and said, "Oh, you hypocrites. Nintendo fans, you guys are such hypocrites." And why did Sony fans call Nintendo fans hypocrites? Well, people, if you don't remember, it was because Nintendo was the first company this generation to come out with a remaster or remake, to my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure they were, Wind Waker. So, because of Wind Waker, Sony fans were like, "You hypocrites. Nintendo fans, you hypocrites. How dare you laugh at our remasters, or remake, whatever. I'm just going to say remaster. How dare you make fun of our remaster when you guys had a remaster first?" Hold on a second. You guys see, I hope you guys see where I'm going with this. There is an order of operations to calling somebody a hypocrite. You can't just jump in the middle of what you started and call somebody a hypocrite when they're now laughing at you. You see, Nintendo fans were not making fun of Sony fans for having for the mere idea of having a remaster. No, Nintendo fans are mocking and making fun of Sony fans because Sony fans were the ones who started it. See, don't start no chat, won't be no chat. Nintendo fans, again, are just merely mocking and getting that sweet revenge because, remember, Sony fans were the ones who first made fun of Nintendo fans for having a remaster in Wind Waker. So now that they're getting one, and Nintendo fans getting that sweet revenge, now they want to say Nintendo fans are hypocrites. No, no, no. Nintendo fans are just sitting back. They're just sitting on the beach, sitting in the shade, sipping that lemonade, watching you Sony fans run around in circles trying to find the excuse because you were stupid enough to jump on that hate wagon, to jump on that bandwagon and hate anything Nintendo. That's all it is, people. So, that's all it was. Nintendo fans weren't being hypocrites. In fact, Nintendo fans were doing it the correct way and calling Sony fans the hypocrites pretty much. And Sony fans were the ones crying because they smacked somebody in the face and then got socked right back. You know, don't start no chat, won't be no chat. So, let's move on to the next example. And I hope y'all understood what I said. Was Nintendo fans weren't being hypocrites because they were calling out Sony or making fun of Sony fans for having a remaster. They weren't laughing at the fact or not liking the fact of a remaster. They don't hate remasters. Of course they don't. They were just laughing at Sony fans because you're the guys who were the ones starting it, making fun of remasters in the first place. So now that you got remasters, y'all run around in circles trying to find excuses. Y'all get the point. A real hypocrite in pretty much what I'm trying to say. Now, next example is graphics, the power. 1080p, baby. 1080p. By the time our corner knows which system came out, which console came out first this generation. By the time our corner knows what's going on. So, I actually have two examples for 1080p or for visuals, graphics, and whatnot. But this is the first one of the two. So, remember when Nintendo fans were making fun of Sony fans because not every game on PS4 was 1080p, 60 frames per second. Now this wasn't like a big deal. I mean, not a big deal to me, but you know, some people obviously power was everything, so that's what they bought the console for. But anyways, remember when Nintendo fans were making fun of Sony fans because and some people made fun of them in different ways. You know, look at all that power. Where's all the power at? You know, some people called them out. Hey, where's all the 1080p, 60 frames per second at? Ha ha ha. You know. But anyways, I digress. Remember when Nintendo fans made fun of Sony fans because all their games weren't 1080p, 60 frames per second. Not all Nintendo fans did it, but you know, you had some doing it just because Nintendo fans were once again getting that sweet revenge. That most times again, because Nintendo fans in most cases aren't hypocrites. They're just getting that sweet revenge. They're there to have fun and make fun of you idiots for being stupid in the first place. Again, for being stupid, for jumping on that hate wagon and hating Nintendo. So Nintendo fans are mocking Sony fans for not all the games being 1080p, 60 frames per second. Nintendo fans just having a little fun, you know, just sitting back on the beach in the shade, sipping that lemonade, having some fun, watching Sony fans be in that show, be in the L show. All right, what did Sony fans do? Calling Nintendo fans hypocrites. This is what they did. You hypocrites! How dare you make fun of us when the Wii U doesn't have every game 1080p, 60 frames per second? You hypocritic fools! You Wii-tards, you kids. That's what happened. Wait a minute now, hold on. Once again, who was the first ones to make fun of the other ones for the console not being so powerful? Who were the first ones bragging and doing all the talking because one console wasn't going to have all the games 1080p, 60 frames per second like theirs was supposed to have? That's right, it was you Sony fans. So once again, we're in a situation to where, once again, people are saying, don't start no chat, won't be no chat. All right? So here Sony fans go again, running around in circles. Nintendo fans are sitting back saying, should have known, just as expected. Sony fans can't take the retaliation. Sony fans can't take it. They're going crazy. They're going psychotic. Nintendo fans were not making fun of the fact that there was a console, or there's a console on the market that can't do every game in 1080p, 60 frames per second. Obviously, they're not laughing at that. They're merely laughing at the mere fact that you guys were once making fun of such things. And now that your console is participating in such things, now you guys want to call people hypocrites because they're making fun of you for such things. No, they're not being hypocrites. They're just getting that sweet revenge. So we are once again in another, we're going in circles here, people. We're going in circles. Sony fans got doo-doo and pee-pee falling out of their Huggies. See, they don't got them tight enough. See, if they don't have the Huggies tight enough, that means they're walking as they're hating, stepping in their own poop, stepping in their own doo-doo, because they won't listen to Time Out Corner and tighten their Huggies up. Now, they're not big boys anymore. Now they're just big idiots, following the trend of hating. Now you got people stepping in their own shat. Why? Because they didn't want to listen. Don't start no shat, won't be no shat. Now they're stepping in their own shat. Now they want to blame it on Nintendo fans, calling us. Nope, we're not doing this. So let's go to the next. I don't even know if that made any sense, but whatever. Hey, anyways, yo, let's go. So next example. But I hope y'all see where I'm going with this. Am I making any sense? That's another L's Clues, like Blues Clues deal. Am I making any sense? I didn't do it this last one. So we're going to do L's Clues for this next one, all right? So the next example is, and I think I'm rambling a little bit. I didn't want to do that. Where am I at? Dang, 15 minutes? I might do one more example, and hopefully y'all can take it from there. I might try to do two if I could, 2 more examples. But this one's pretty much going to be 1080p as well. Another example of 1080p. But this one is more along the lines of Nintendo fans mocking Sony as a company. So remember when Nintendo fans were mocking Sony, and still are, I guess you could say, for not really mocking, but calling out Sony for not having every game, or for not having a powerful console. I mean, not that, but remember when Nintendo fans were mocking and making fun of and calling out Sony when every game wasn't 1080p, 60 frames per second. All right, remember that? Remember when? And it wasn't just the Nintendo fans doing it. A lot of people were doing it, but and you had some Sony fans doing it. You know, I give it to some Sony fans, which was very minute and maybe only like one person, maybe. But remember when Nintendo fans were making fun of and calling out Sony because every game wasn't 1080p, 60 frames per second, as promised in the beginning. You know, as they promised before the PS4 came out. And what did Sony fans do in return? Even though Nintendo fans were trying to help them out, you know, it don't matter. Like I said in the beginning, Sony fans are psychotic. They're crazy. They take stuff personal and take it to heart. Even though Nintendo fans were trying to call out Sony, trying to help Sony fans out, Sony fans want to attack Nintendo fans for such things. So, what did Sony fans do to Nintendo fans? Sony fans call Nintendo fans, "You hypocrites. How dare you make fun of our company? How dare you call out our company when your company released a console that doesn't even do it to every game 1080p, 60 frames per second? How dare you? First you were laughing at us for not having every game 1080p, 60 frames per second. Now you want to make fun of our company and call them out for not having every game 1080p, 60 frames per second. You hypocrites. Your company didn't release a console who could do every game 1080p, 60 frames per second with nice visuals all day, every day." Nope. Once again, you people know what's going on here. What's going on here, people? What shouldn't they do? What shouldn't they do? That's right, people. They shouldn't start no chat, because then there wouldn't be no chat. All right? And what was Nintendo fans doing on the beach? What were they doing on the beach again, people? Let me hear it. They were sitting on it. Yep, they were sitting on the beach, sitting. Yeah, that's right. They were sitting on the beach, sitting in the shade, sipping that lemonade, watching Sony fans once again. That's what were they doing? What were they doing? Running around in circles trying to find an excuse of why they now Nintendo fans should be hating on Nintendo. See, people, Nintendo fans once again. All right, we're not making fun of, or we're not hating the mere idea that a company would release a console to where every game wouldn't be 1080p, 60 frames per second because it was supposed to be so powerful. They weren't mocking Sony and calling out Sony for such things, you know, or because of that. They were calling out Sony because Sony had promised every game 1080p, 60 frames per second with all this power. They made it a main selling point. Sony did this. So no, Sony fans, Nintendo fans aren't hypocrites because Nintendo didn't promise every game 1080p, 60 frames per second with all that power in the Wii U. They didn't promise that. So there is no calling out of the Nintendo that needs to be done for the Wii U for such matters. So no, Nintendo fans aren't being hypocrites. All right. Now this one isn't really don't start no chat, won't be no chat. But since Sony fans wanted to attack Nintendo fans for such things, for trying to help them out, here we go with the don't start no chat, won't be no chat. We're trying to save you guys from getting taken up the butt, but you guys don't want to do that. We see you got your Huggies little slid over to the left, letting Sony get here from behind. You know, BC got your defense and though, letting that shit drizzle out a little bit, but whatever. Wow. Don't start no chat though. Won't be no chat. All right. So again, same scenario, but it's the same type of deal though. All right. You see what I'm going here though, right? There's an order of operations to where you can call somebody a hypocrite. All right. There's order of operations. And I guess this is the same type of scenario because Sony fans were saying Nintendo fans were failed by Nintendo because the Wii U's not all powerful and all yada, yada, yada. But Nintendo fans weren't hating that, you know. And actually, I will bring up another example now that I think about it. And this one will be about power. All right. So remember when Nintendo fans, let me see how I can spin this one. Not spin it, but spit it out. Okay, I can't think of one right now. I did think of it, but I can't think of a way to spit it out. But I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of how this video is going. All right. I'm pretty sure y'all can think of examples as well. It's pretty simple. There's an order of operations to where you can call somebody a hypocrite. If you say something in the beginning, mock somebody in the beginning for something or whatever, or hate something for whatever reason, and then later on, something you like does the same thing, and then you partake in such things, and then somebody makes fun of you for such things, you can't call them hypocrites for calling you out for something that you made fun of them for first or whatever, you know, whatever is going on in life or whatever. Don't not just be gaming, be anything. TimeOut Corner is not just giving a life learning lesson. You know, in gaming, you could take talk lessons and apply those skills you just learned through this video to real life situations. All right. Talk does not just only want you guys to survive, you know, and be able to understand life in gaming. Talk wants you to be able to survive and understand life in life. Talk cares. This is why Talk gives you lessons every once in a while. This is why Talk is telling you to don't start no chat and won't be no chat. Because in real life, if you start some chat, you will get the chat. And you won't just be stepping in your own chat. You might get some thrown chat thrown at your face. And then I was sitting trying to think of what I was trying to actually do for my last example. And I still can't think of my last example I wanted to do that I just thought of. But actually I thought of it. I just can't really think of a way to spin it or say it to fit how I was just saying everything else. So I'm trying to think of how I could fit it in what everything I was just saying. But yeah, y'all see what I'm trying to say though. In most cases, especially for this generation, Nintendo fans aren't really being hypocrites. All right, they're merely just getting that sweet revenge. Again, Nintendo fans in most cases are just sitting back in the shade, sipping that lemonade, watching you crazy fans run around in circles, bumping into each other, stepping in your own chat. You're in the chat-nado, all right, chat-nado, chat storm, whatever you want to call it, trying to figure out your next excuse. That's what it is mainly, people. Nintendo fans just getting that sweet revenge. This is TimeOut Corner. Hope you guys get what I'm saying. And hopefully you guys can use your own brain power to come up with your own examples or whatever and see where I'm going. But I think y'all get the point of this video. All right. In most cases, Nintendo fans are hypocrites. They're not hypocrites. In most cases, Nintendo fans just happen to be the ones who first experience something this generation or go through something. When I say experience, I mean they're usually the first ones to experience the hate, because most people jump on that hate trend or that hate train when it comes to Nintendo. And later on, the other companies seem to partake in those activities that Nintendo fans are once being hated on. And then that's when stuff starts getting kind of crazy. So that's just what I mean by that. Yeah, so it's TimeOut Corner. My next video, I don't know what it's going to be. I might actually get back on video. Who knows? But yeah, don't start no chat. What comes next, y'all? L's Clues. Won't be no chat. All right, I'm out.